Hello, my beautiful fragrance family. Dustin here, fragrance fan. Go ahead and do me a solid and click that like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification, and I'm just going to keep on giving you guys these budget-friendly fragrance reviews. That 40-ish and $100 range, most of these, way less than that, and a good number of these you can find at your local rack stores, just like the one I got for you guys here today. I've heard rumor that this one has been popping up at Burlington, and it's another Lattafa fragrance, and lo and behold, I found it. It's from their Opulent line, and this is Blue Oud. There's a lot of intricacy on this bottle. Don't know if the cap's going to focus. There we go, it did. Their logo right up on the top there. If I can get it. Come on, you can do it. Well, you get the point. Anyhow, so I found it. And the atomizer cap, it's got a little bit of weight to it, but it is solid plastic, but it doesn't feel super cheap. And the atomizer itself squirts out a good amount of juice, surprisingly. So, as the name suggests, Blue Oud, this is an oud dominant fragrance, while at the same time trying to be a blue fragrance. That, like, it kind of struck me weird. I'll just go over what you're going to get when you first spray this thing. It's going to be oud and sweet at the same time, like not like an amber sweetness, but from that green apple and the mixed fruits kind of a sweetness, with the black pepper giving it the spiciness, all the qualities and the ingredients that you would expect from a Middle Eastern fragrance, along with some kind of airy aquaticness going on at the same time. Nothing in this is aquatic, but this has like an airy nature to it. It's really, really weird the way that it works, and the way it actually works pretty decently. It's a fairly strong fragrance. It projects pretty good for a few hours, and the performance altogether is at least on me a 7-hour fragrance, but I could see some of you guys getting like 9, 10, 11 hours with this thing, because I sprayed it on my hand and I'll still smell it the next morning. And quick little story with this thing, I was at the buffet line and somebody gave me a super solid compliment, probably about as good of a compliment as you can get with a fragrance. And that's when somebody stops and says, "Wow, that smells really good. I knew something smelled really good and it wasn't the food. What are you wearing?" And I say what I'm wearing, and they want to make sure that they are getting it right. I said Lattafa. That confuses some people that don't know fragrances, because they're like, Lattafa? Lattafa Blue Oud. I'm like, oud, like food without the F, Blue Oud. She's like, Lattafa Blue Oud. Like she's trying to like remember, because she wanted to know what this thing was. That's a solid compliment from a stranger. Lattafa Blue Oud did that for me. And it performs good. It projects well. Now, it being a blue fragrance, well, not being a blue fragrance, an oud fragrance with some blue characteristics, it's not like a blue fragrance, so. It just has some airiness. It has that crisp bergamot, but this is not going to be good for the summer. It's not going to be good for the high heat. I wore it outside. It was raining, so like it was turning into the evening time. We had a nice, awesome thunderstorm. There's the picture of it. Took it. I thought it was a pretty cool looking picture. We get those pretty much every day in the summertime in Florida. It's pretty awesome. Lots of thunder and lightning. So that's like the time that I can try to wear these ones, like these darker, richer fragrances. It's like I know it's going to be raining or I'm going out or whatever. That's when I'll like usually wear it. So I did, and I got away with it. Got away with it well. So a lot of you guys are not going to like this fragrance because a lot of people don't like oud. This is your, like, if you picture, if you know anything about Middle Eastern fragrances, your typical spicy, leathery, oud, smoky. Doesn't have smoke, but it has that kind of feel, kind of fragrance. This also has ambroxan or ambergris, but you definitely detect it. It's not like a massive amount of it, but you do get that there, and that could be what helped garnish that compliment, because people, for whatever reason, compliment fragrances with a lot of ambroxan in it. Dior Sauvage, stuff like that. So a lot of you guys won't like this because it does have a boldness about it, but I'd say this is one on the easier side of ouds, and it's pretty smooth. It's pretty smooth. The first 5 minutes could be a little bit rough, but it reels back. Like, it can be a little abrasive on the spices, but it reels back, and the oud is actually a little bit animalic, but it's a smooth animalic. And the musk, there's musk in here too, but I think of the animalic characteristics from this thing is coming from the oud. So, overall, I will give it a 6.5 out of 10. I could go to a 7 because of the longevity, but I'll just say 6.5. 6 for the scent profile, which is solid. That's a good rating, another half a point for the performance. So if you like oud fragrances and you want one that's just a little bit different than most of them because of some of the fresh characteristics in that, you can go ahead and roll the dice on this. It's only 20 bucks and it performs really good and it smells decent and the quality is pretty good too for what it is. It's worth it at that price. It definitely is, especially if you like, again, like I said, oud fragrances. So this is like a cooler days of spring, fall, winter, evening, rainy. Definitely really good in the like the rain when it starts cooling off. Kind of a fragrance, masculine, way more mature than it is youthful. It's kind of labeled as unisex, but I'd say this thing is definitely like 75% masculine, maybe 25% feminine. That's just some of the florals that's in here, like jasmine and stuff like that, but not enough to make it a feminine fragrance. So I say this is definitely masculine, mature, confident, bold kind of fragrance. So that's Lattafa's Blue Oud in a nutshell. So that's my final thoughts on Lattafa Blue Oud. And with that, I'm out. Y'all be blessed. Focus. Take care of yourself always. And until next time.